Hello everyone, welcome back to Paperbacks and Ponytails. I'm Katie, and today I'm going to talk about all of the things that I like in books. Okay, so you may have seen this shirt and this cup in Monday's video if you saw my dislikes in books, because I'm filming both of these videos in the same day. So, let me go ahead and find my like page since I had my dislikes out. So I have one more like than I did dislikes. I had 8 dislikes and 9 likes in books. So some of them are kind of, I don't know, they're just my personal taste, I guess, or some fun things. Like these aren't exactly like what I like in books, but they're just some fun goofy things about me that you will learn about. So the first thing that I want to talk about is I enjoy a good romance story that is not cheesy. It is also clean as well, but it also has to be part of the story and having the characters grow because of that love. And it's even better if they grow in their faith with God as well as the main base for their relationship. So I absolutely love a good romance story as long as it is done well and done really good. One of my favorites actually is the Rocky Mountain Legacy by Kristen Heitzman. One of my absolute favorite series. I had to make sure I found all those books in that series. It took me a year or two to get all those books, but such a great series that I highly enjoyed. I loved all the characters and that romance. There's actually 2 different romances going on in those books, and I enjoyed the series from beginning to end. It was so good. All right, so the next thing I like in books are short chapters. I talked about in my dislike video, I do not like long chapters, so the shorter the better. I don't have to stay up extra late to finish that long 50-page chapter in some of those books. I could just read 5 to 10 pages and go to sleep. Unless it's like extremely good, then I'll like read it and continue to read it until like I drop on the floor from exhaustion. But I will go to sleep for the most part at the end of a short chapter. Okay, so the next thing that I like is I really like biblical fiction when it is done right. So I don't think I've honestly experienced one that hasn't been done right yet. I've enjoyed all the ones that I've read so far. I haven't read too many of them. I think I've read probably about 8 to 10 so far, maybe a little bit more than that. But I've enjoyed every single one. I'm losing my voice. So when the author does a lot of research in the Bible, make sure their biblical quotes are correct, no misspellings, no grammar, that follows along with the Bible and follows the storyline, I highly, highly enjoy them. I know 2 authors that do so much research for their books, Misu Andrews and Jill Eileen Smith. They do a great job. I actually have an autographed copy of my favorite book from Misu Andrews. She kindly sent me a copy. I did pay for it, but I was happy to. I was like, are you kidding? Absolutely. Like, if you sign it to me, I will be happy to buy one from you. So I have that in my bedroom. But yeah, I absolutely love biblical fiction as long as it is done right, follows the storyline in the Bible, and yeah, I really do enjoy them quite a bit. All right, so thrillers. I absolutely love when a thriller surprises me. But I've also known thrillers that have surprised me and I have not liked. As I talked about in the last video, I talked about The Silent Patient and how the ending surprised me, but I didn't like the rest of the book. It was kind of slow-paced for me and it just wasn't for me. Also, The Girl in the Window, is that the one? But the ending surprised me, but the rest of the book I thought there was a lot of what's the word? Like when they talk too much about kind of like more analytical speak. Is that what I'm thinking of? Like it's definitely more like kind of has a formula to it, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so those 2 books lead me to like thrillers that surprised me at the end, but I didn't like. So let me think about ones that I actually did enjoy. So I did enjoy Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris. That kind of had a surprise ending that I wasn't expecting. What else? Oh, that one's actually staring at me in the face. It's holding up my phone. I moved all my books, and now I don't know where anything is. Trying to think of books that surprised me based on the ending. Should have thought of this beforehand, because now I can't think of any other than that book. But yeah, so as long as the book surprises me and it's good, that's what I like in a book. So let's see. I do love book series that have a lot of books, but it has to be written well, and I have to be invested in the characters. So if I absolutely love the characters and they feel like a second family to me by now, I want the series just continue until the author passes away. Like, keep on writing until you're 90 if you want to. As long as I'm enjoying the stories, each book is kind of different but follows along with the storyline, I will absolutely love it. So again, Rocky Mountain Legacy by Kristen Heitzman. I think that series is like 5 books long, I think. Nancy Drew books, I mean, that's like 30, 50, 60 books long, and I enjoy every single one of them. Well, most of them. What else is really long? I'm hoping to like, it's called Bright Empires by Stephen R. Lahad. I'm only on the second book right now. I'm hoping to finish the series this year. But if I enjoy that series is like 5 books long. So yeah, the longer the better, as long as I'm enjoying the story and the characters. All right, the next one, I think it's kind of a fun one. So I like to fall in love with the male character lead. If he's got like the characteristics that I'm looking for in a husband, like if he's, got the Lord, describes him as handsome and cute and funny and sweet and brave, that I could easily fall for a book character. So that's a fun fact about me. Probably one of my favorites. Well, one of my favorites is actually Wesley from The Princess Bride. That's probably due to the movie. So, let me think of a male lead that I know of. They're probably like all someplace else. But yeah, probably characters from Misu Andrews' books, her biblical fiction. Like I know Boaz, I think, in her book was Salmon. Salmon was a really good character. That was Jill Eileen Smith's book, called The Scarlet Cord, I think. Something like that. But that one was a really good one. And the character of Salmon was really well written. I will put the picture of the book that I'm thinking in my head over here. Okay, but yeah. As long as the male character is really well written, I'll probably fall in love with them. I'm not for very long though. Okay, so the next one. I love when books are so good that I want to see the movie played in my head. So almost every single book that I read plays out in a movie in my head, because I do watch a ton of movie and TV shows that it's just natural for me to see characters in my head. Sometimes I end up placing like a movie actor as the character in the book sometimes. I think that's kind of funny. So yeah, so I do enjoy that. If it's a book that I'm not enjoying, it's not much fun in my head. So I hope I like the book when that happens. All right, what's the next one? This is just a personal what I like, and I like when I finally finish a series. When I'm like, yes, I finished the last book in a series. It's done. I have a couple that have been sticking around for the past year that I just need to get done. Not that I'm not enjoying them, it's just if I let like a couple months pass in between books, then I end up letting a year pass in between books, because I tend to forget, or I find other books I'm interested in. I'm like, I gotta get back to that series, I just have to. So I like when I finish a series and it's all done, which I do plan on hoping to do that like the last half of this year, trying to clean up my list of backlogged series I'm in, which isn't too many. I think it's like 10. Okay, and the last one. I have come to find out recently that I really like lyrical writing. Like, just the type of writing where description doesn't bother you. Like, sometimes authors have like 50 pages of writing that is just descriptive, but it's boring description, like just plain words. But like if it's gorgeously written, like I can have pages of description and beautiful writing, and I want to hear what the day was like because you write it so beautifully and I can see it in my head. So I have come to find out that I really do enjoy that kind of descriptive writing as we're talking about beautiful writing. And I think that's all that I have for what I like in books. Can't think of anything off at the top of my head. I think I've talked about most of the genres that I enjoy. I do enjoy a good comic book. It is like my like what chocolate is to other women, comic books are to me. So I'll read Archie comic books and Baby Blues and Garfield. It's just like my guilty pleasure of reading as a kid, and I enjoy it, and I will never stop. And yes, I do count them as my Goodreads goal. Although I haven't counted Archie comic books lately, only because I do read them every single day, but I should try to remember to count that toward my Goodreads goal, because it is reading, and some of those suckers are big. So yeah, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all on Monday for the next video.